Okay, so how to collect the data on the different filters present in the facilities in your country. For that purpose, let's take a look at the example letter for data collection from the mining sector, which is part of the toolkit. If you want to use controls, mercury controls, in your calculations in inventory level 1, you need to collect more data than otherwise. You need to collect, namely, the data on which filter configurations or mercury management solutions are actually used in your country. Let's take a look at the data collection example letter on mining, because this can help us uh, illustrate what kind of information you need to collect. Let's first look at the example where you ask the individual facilities. You send them letters or emails with the text I'm going to show you in a minute here. And you ask them individually about their filter setup or mercury management setup. So in this case, when it's copper smelters, in our example, it is filters. That's the question. Okay, so this is the letter calling for data. First, of course, we have the questions about how much concentrate is used per year for the production of copper from concentrates in this example. Um, this example letter asks for several kinds of metals and so on, but we now focus on copper. Then in the example letter, it is asked, for your production of zinc, copper, lead, or gold as relevant, please describe your type of air pollution control system setup. And this is in order to give the facilities a chance to describe themselves what is the setup, whereas, if we only used the tick box we come to next, they might feel constrained in the possibility to describe it. So this is to rule out any misunderstandings. So they hopefully enter some text here about their filter configurations. The next thing we ask them is in this table here below. Please also tick off below the main air pollution control system you have in place in your facility. And in parentheses, choose the configuration that is closest to the configuration in your facility. So here they have some categories. We already know them from our example. And they have to tick off which to use. It also says, in case you have several production lines with different air pollution control systems, because they actually may have that, please answer for each of the lines and indicate the distribution between the lines of concentrate used in percent or in tons of concentrate. Okay, so here you can see that it's the same kind of filters that we had in the spreadsheet. And so here they can, if they only have one production line or if they have the same filter systems everywhere, they can tick off, for example, yes, we have cyclones only, so they put a tick here, tick mark here. Or perhaps they have the wet gas cleaning and acid removal in an acid plant. So we tick off that one instead. Hopefully, if they had several production lines, they might write here 30% in this configuration, and maybe the rest, 70% here. Okay, so when they return this, and let's hope that all the facilities in your country of this type of copper production return this information, you can then transfer this information into your spreadsheet. In case there are several facilities and only some return this information, either you should ask experts. I think that's a good idea in any case. But if you don't have experts in the Ministry of Mining, for example, you need to make an assumption that probably the other facilities have a similar configuration of filters, which is likely, not it's not certain, but it's likely. It's reasonable assumption to make. Please remember to write such assumptions in your inventory report very clearly. This is about how to find the relevant mercury controls for other source subcategories. Similarly, if you want to collect data on mercury controls in other mercury source subcategories, um, similar tables with the relevant filter or mercury management solutions presented are shown in the guideline for inventory level 1 of the toolkit. So let me show you an example, if I can find it here. Yeah, let's look at the coal-fired power production plants. So here you see this exactly same kind of table in the guideline that you can copy and put into your data collection letter so that people can tick in, like we just saw, which kind of filter configurations they have.